What's up, good girlfriends, good boyfriends, and everybody in between? So you know what? I'm back with another video for you. So I was talking with somebody and they wanted some recommendations. They said they loved the first two videos, but they really wanted to, know about more R&B and what did I think was, or what they wanted to know what was my favorite R&B albums. So I want to start off with my 5 favorite R&B albums from the 1970s, okay? And this way, if you want to introduce somebody into R&B music, or or you're interested, especially as I am with the 70s, you know what? You want a good set, and like I said, no lame parties, no lame playlists. So what we're gonna start off first with is I think everybody should have this album either on a playlist, downloaded in their phones, or whatever you listen to on your music, in your music library, or even in your own personal library, in your home CD or album. Al Green's Greatest Hits. All right. This album is full of hits, okay? Let's Stay Together, So Tired of Being Alone, Here I Am, Come and Take Me, Let's Get Married, and my personal favorite, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? All right, I didn't even know the Bee Gees had did this song when I first heard it. I just fell in love with it. I heard their version, I liked it, but Al owns it. And if you're really trying to just get started, a greatest hits compilation is the way to go. You gotta have Al. My first suggestion, Al Green's Greatest Hits. Gotta get it. All right, so I'm just, suggesting my favorite R&B albums from the 1970s. Now, I can go a full list of 100, but I'm just gonna give you 5 today and maybe continue this series on, because I don't want you to have no lame ass playlists, no lame ass music at your parties, no lame ass music for your ride. You know what? I think the top group of the 1970s, I mean, they had beats, they had lyrics, they had dance moves, they had voices, and they were on Philly International Records, the OJays. Now, this album alone is a personal favorite of mine. It's called Family Reunion. Their first album for Philly is definitely one of my favorites. Backstabbers. I suggest that one too, but this is a very good representation. It was just the title cut alone. You've heard it in movies like Tyler Perry movies. Everybody who has a family reunion likes to play it. But this album is a good way to introduce anybody to the OJays. The cuts I love on here are the title cut, Family Reunion, Living for the Weekend, which is just this great dance song that builds up. Stairway to Heaven, which a lot of people tend to get mixed up with Led Zeppelin, but the song that I think most people really, really love from this album, major international hit. Clubs, discos, jukeboxes, Soul Train was playing this song everywhere. I love music. You got to have it. I'm telling you, if you're going to introduce anybody to R&B music, you definitely got to introduce them to the OJays. They were undeniable. So love songs, dance songs, disco, R&B hits. Gotta get the OJays. Good girlfriends, good boyfriends, I'm telling you, we're talking about my favorite R&B albums that I recommend if you're trying to get somebody into R&B music, introduce them to a certain artist, even yourself. I mean, just for your own playlist, because I'm telling you, no lame playlist, no lame party music. This record I'm going to introduce you to. Now, 1973 was a big year for R&B music. 76 was a big year for R&B music. And this album was definitely a big record. Aretha Franklin's Sparkle. This is the original motion picture soundtrack to the movie Sparkle. Some of you who are younger may know about Whitney Houston's version, but this one is the one that why she wanted to make the movie so bad. The movie featured Irene Cara. You may know her from the song Fame and Flashdance with a Feeling. Aretha did the vocals because there was a lot of drama behind the scenes with the original cast, and so Curtis Mayfield and Atlantic Records brought in Aretha to do all the vocals. This was Aretha's last big album for Atlantic Records, her last gold album of the 70s. The feature songs on here alone, her voice was just phenomenal, and she was at the top of her game in the mid 70s, still with her voice. You can't deny this album. The title song, Sparkle, giving him something he can feel. Jump, which is a great little sing-along, dance-along party record. I mean, I don't know what else to say about Sparkle. So, of course, it's my favorite, one of my favorite albums, and people in my family, we all love the movie, we all love the album, we all know it by heart. You've got to get it. You can download it. It is available, and it is definitely amongst Aretha fans a favorite. So, definitely one of my favorite groups of the 70s. We're getting into deep territory here. You know, we're going off the unbeaten path. Well, I guess you could say we're going off that path of just traditional R&B with the last two albums, and my fourth favorite album. Now, they have a few, but the way I introduced myself to them was this album, P-Funk, The Bomb, Uncut Funk. This is a greatest hits compilation by Parliament. If you know who Parliament is a collective effort headed up by George Clinton. You know, it featured Bootsy Collins and Felipe, oh my God, I can't think of his name he was the lead singer from the Spinners, and there were so many groups, so many spin-offs, Brides of Funkenstein, Parlette, Bootsy's Rubber Band, and the way, like I said, this is heavy funk, okay? I'm talking about this was what he was playing in the clubs, what they was, you know, doing with smoke out to at the parties. Parliament. Yeah, if you like your R&B, a little bit deeper, a little bit more grimier, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You definitely want to have Parliament. Trust me, Flashlight, Aqua Boogie, We Want the Funk. These will get your party going and keep you moving and keep you in your ride. No lame party. So my friends, last but not least, one of my favorite R&B albums. Like I said, I can go on with a list of 100 albums or more, you know. I didn't really get into R&B, until my late 30s, mid 30s. You know, I grew up loving groups like Culture Club and Depeche Mode. I didn't want to hear all this stuff. You know, I heard all this stuff when I was a kid and really didn't care for it. But because of hip hop and becoming and really wanting something deeper and really listening to things I started to love, and one of the things I loved was this man. My mama couldn't stand him. You know, I guess it has something to do with my stepdaddy looking like him and taking it to the extreme. But this man here it's just so much you can say about Isaac Hayes. And this album alone. Okay, this was his second solo album. His first solo album just pretty much bombed, and it was re-released. It was more of a jazzy collective effort. But Isaac Hayes, yeah, my stepdaddy used to look like him. And pretty much he was a sex symbol, believe it or not. He had that You think Barry White's voice is deep? This man, he brought it, okay, when it came to that, and they say he was the original godfather of rap. And when they mean by rapping, they mean talking. So Hot Butter Soul is it's a, oh my God, there's so much to say. It's a short album. Well, it's not a short album, the cuts are long, but just the songs alone, it was like one of my first ventures into black rock, what I call it. Yes. This is a man that would take a song like a Dionne Warwick song and make it his own. His version of Walk On By is almost, oh God, 12 minutes on here. And it's an experience of its own. You got to get this album. I'm telling you, by the time I get to Phoenix, huge hit for him. Will make you think, will make you cry almost. It is just that deep. This man, when he say he takes it down to Soulville, he ain't joking. So this is my last, on this video, my last recommendation. Isaac Hayes, Hot Butter Soul. You gotta get it. So that's my top 5. Well, not my top 5, but that's 5 for this video. Remember, Isaac Hayes, Hot Butter Soul. Parliament, P-Funk the Bomb. Aretha Franklin, Sparkle. The OJays, Family Reunion. And Al Green's Greatest Hits. That's just a good way to get you started, baby. And if you really like what you're hearing, you know what? Discover more. I love it how Tidal actually connects you to other artists that are similar to that artist. So until then, you tell your mama, say hey, and to get deep off in her closet or her storage unit and pull out her old R&B records. I'm sure she got some jams up in there. Love you.